Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I'm going to talk about my most anticipated releases for the rest of 2021. I feel like I have become more selective of what I write up on my list, or I thought I had, and then I made my list and it was way too long, but here we are. So yeah, I'll probably miss things I will probably buy, etc, but these are the ones that I'm most excited for, have my eyes out for, and yeah, let's just talk about the different dates and maybe you will write something up on your list as well. Woohoo! The first book we have is All These Bodies by Kenara Blake. This one I do not know the synopsis of, but it seems to be like a kind of horror book. It seems like that from the cover and the title. And Kenara Blake is of course the author of, oh, I took away the books, of the Three Dark Crowns series and also other books. And I've been interested to read new books by the author for a long time. Even though I enjoy Three Dark Crowns, it's not my favorite. I have a lot of complaints, but I'm just very excited to read more about the author anyway. I don't know how to describe that relationship, but as book readers, you know what I mean. So this one, did I say the release date? It's being released on the 14th of September. We then have Things We Couldn't Say by J. Coles, so who is also the author of Tyler Johnson Was Here. And I really enjoyed this one, and I've been excited to read the new book by the author for a long time. I don't know if you hear for synopsises, but I don't really read them, which sounds kind of stupid, but I think that this will also be heartbreaking, or maybe sad, or at least, yeah, I'm excited to read it. And hopefully I will get to pick it up when it's released. But you will notice the pattern here is basically me picking up the news books by authors I already read. That's it. Then also releasing on the 21st of September, we have The Insiders by Mark Oshiro, who also wrote Anger is a Gift and Each of Us a Desert. I have read this. It was absolutely heartbreaking. I have not read this yet, but I have a feeling it will be very good, and I do not know the plot for this, so here we are again. But yeah, I hope it will be good. I don't know. Yeah, I will read this. This video is awful, but it's fine. Also on the 21st of September, we have The Bronze Beasts, which is the sequel to The Gila Wolves, and The Silver Serpents, which is the third and final book in the Gila Wolves trilogy by Washni Chakshi. I read both of these. It's basically a group of people going on different heights, solving different clues. It is awesome, it's amazing, it's immersive. I really love all the characters. I'm very scared and excited to see how the story will wrap up in the final book in the trilogy, and then of course read any books forever that Washni writes. And yeah, just very excited, but also very scared. This ended so hard and it hurt, so yay. Then also on the 21st of September, which seems to be the day, we have Iron Widow by Siran J. Chow, and this one just seems to be a retelling of how the Meiji, I was gonna say empire, that's the wrong word, the Meiji era was how it started. Everyone has been raving about it and talking about it as I've seen, and I'm also, if I am correct, getting a very pretty edition of this, so I'm very excited. It's been one of my most anticipated releases for a long time. I've been following Siran on Twitter for a longer time than when the author announced the book, and then when it did, I was ready for it before even knowing it existed. So yeah. And then I think on the 28th of September we have Dark Rise by C.S. Picard, who is the author of Captain Prince series, which is right here. I got too lazy to take books out of my bookshelf, I'm sorry. This one seems to be an enemies to lovers thing, where we have the dark people, evil people, and light people, and then two of them come together and fall in love, I assume. Very excited. This will be the author's first YA series, if you look away from Fans, who is a comic series but were written YA books from. I don't even know, but it's the first YA fantasy series at least. Very excited, very excited. And I will hopefully be reading this before the new year, because a lot of these I'm excited for, but I don't know if I will get to them, so there's that. We are now in October. On the 5th of October we have Little Thieves, which is by Margaret Owen, and who is the author of The Faithless Hawk and the first book, which I don't remember the name of, A Merciful Crow, I think. And I have finished this duology and I did enjoy it, so I'm excited to read a new book by the author. I did think the world here was immersive, and I'm excited for this. I don't remember if it was this one or another one, but I think there was a trailer, a book trailer for it, and it sounded really interesting, so I got more excited for it. It might have been another book, I don't even know. But yeah, when I will get to this, I do not know either. If I will be honest, I was gonna take the books I know I'll pick up at once, this list will probably be 5 books long. to be honest, but I want more people to know about the books here. So yeah. Then we have Jade Fire Gold by T.L. Tan, and this one is being released on the 12th of October. I will be honest, I want this based on the cover alone. I don't know what this is about. It seems to be like an Asian inspired fantasy. Really, I don't really need any more information than that. I'm just very excited. Also, the title is fun, so yay. We are now already in November. It wasn't that much in October I guess I was interested in. And then we have, of course, Girls of Fate and Fury, which is the sequel. I will take them out for you if I can. Girls of Paper and Fire and Girls of Storm and Shadow, which I adore, and it is like an Asian inspired fantasy, a romance. It is so good. Very excited to finally get the third book, and I don't know what to tell you, like the final shit is coming and I'm not ready, but I've been waiting for this and I'm just, yeah, this is one like, this is one of the 100% ones. Oh my god, when I say that, I feel so mean. I mean, like, of course I will read all of these, but I don't know if I will like get to buy and like get all of them this year and read them all this year, but like some of them 100% getting at once. Then we have You Reach Sam by Dustin Tao, and this one I actually had a NetGalley arc of I somehow got, so I know I'll be reading and reviewing this on my channel closer to the release date, which is the 9th of November. And this one seems to be like kind of similar to like Landline, which is like another book by Rainbow Rowell, which I don't know, maybe a bad, you know, comparison because, you know, reasons. Point is that this one seems to be like one of them passes away and then the other person can call the other person. It seems to actually just be sad. So I don't know if I want to read it, but I'm gonna read it anyway. I'm very excited, and of course when I can I will of course purchase a copy to support the author, but I will of course be supporting the author by reviewing the book, blah 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 blah. Yay. Then we have The Bone Shard Emperor, which is the sequel to The Bone Shard Daughter, and I read this last year for Facing Gaze, my book club, and this one is the sequel, and basically a lot of things went down here. It wasn't my favorite book, but I'm the kind of person who will read the sequel, and I will probably order this at once actually just to know I will get that edition, I guess, or something. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. But yeah, I will read this. I don't know if I'll read it at once, but I will probably order it at once. There's like this logic in my head. I don't know why I'm telling you this either way, like if I'm gonna order them or not. I don't know. Okay, sorry. I'm really sorry. But yeah, this one is being released on the 9th of November. So, not this one. The one on the picture. Just stop watching this video. Then we have Our Violent Ants, which is a sequel to These Violent Delights by Chloe Gong. This one is a Romeo and Juliet retelling set in Shanghai, and it is also like historical fiction. It's like set in 1926. So I already read this and I really enjoyed it. Like, it was my fave, but I did enjoy it, even though like there were parts I was like a bit neon. I have already pre-ordered the sequel, like the favorite edition that will match like this one, because it is also the favorite edition. So like I know this is coming. I don't know when I will read it though, because I did get this and read it like a half a year later, but I know I will read it and I'm very excited for it. It's being released on the 16th of November. I don't know why I'm laughing. Then we have Cytonic by Brandon Sanderson. This one is the sequel to Skyward and Starsight, which I do have. It's just not in this room and I'm too lazy to go and get it. This one is just Brandon Sanderson's YA sci-fi series, and it follows Spencer, who wants to be a pilot. Her father was a traitor and everyone like hates her for it, and then she wants to go to pilot school and stuff, and yeah, it happens a lot of other things like that. I will be reading the second book very soon, so I'm very excited for the third book, but it will also be a fourth one. So I thought it was going to be a trilogy, but it's actually a, what's it called, a quartet, I guess. But yeah, very excited for this and get the rest of the series. And that one is being released on the 25th of November. Then of course we have my most anticipated release, I think, of all of these. Like, this is #1, and that is of course Jade Legacy by Fonda Lee, which is the sequel to, if you didn't know, Jade City and Jade War. It's the third and final book in the trilogy. What to say? Jade City is just set on this island called Kekon. They are the only place in the world that produces this substance named jade that gives you powered abilities, and the people on Kekon are also the only people who can take this substance without like become addicted and die, basically. Fonda Lee has described the book as like The Godfather meets Kung Fu Fighters. But yeah, so there's like these two clans controlling the island. They're fighting over Jade and like territory. We follow one family that controls one side of the island, the Cole family, who are everything. This is like one of my favorite books ever. So I don't know how to like tell you how much I am scared and excited for this book, but very excited, and will get it and read it and just cry. I think I would just cry the whole time. Probably, yay. We are now already in December, and we have If This Gets Out by Cale Dietrich and Sofia Gonzalez. Cale is the author of The Love Interest and another book which I do have, but I can't find it. I can see it, I'm just too lazy to get it. It's The Friend Scheme, and I already read that one too, and I read both of the author's earlier book, and this one is like co-authoring with another author, of course. I just want to read this because I want to read everything by this author, and I actually thought this was already released. I thought it was released in July, and then I realized it's released in December. Maybe they moved the release date, or I just read it wrong the first time. But the point is, I do want to read this. I don't know if I like to get it at once, but I'm excited for it. Seems to be an anime romance. That's all I know. That one is being released on the 7th of December. Then also on the 7th of December, we have the Excalibur Curse, which is the sequel to the Granary Deception and the Camelot Betrayal. I have read this, really enjoyed it. I have not read this yet, but will be reading it soon, so then I hopefully will get to read the third book at once by Kirsten White. So this is a Arthurian retelling, if you didn't understand that. This is the third and final book in the trilogy, basically following the point of view of Guinevere in this retelling, and I'm very excited to read the second book and then also read this one. So December is a while until, and yeah, I kind of already have plans for when I will read the second book, I think. So it will all work out fine. Then also on the 7th of December, which seems to be like the date like before Christmas, before people are getting their presents, we have The Righteous by Renee Ahdieh, which is the sequel to The Beautiful and The Damned. Here is The Damned. The Beautiful is over there because I just have an article of it. And it's the third and final book, I think, in his trilogy. I thought it was a duology because Arthur wrote like only duologies, and then suddenly it was a trilogy. Either way, it's with vampires and also other magical creatures, which you will see in the second book. I did not expect it. It was just like suddenly we were in like all magical creatures you can think of town, and I really do enjoy the books. Even though there's a part of me is like, this is so everywhere, but I enjoy it. But yeah, I will read the third book. I am excited to get it. Also, can we talk about the fact that I actually did order this book twice. Didn't read it the first time, and it took ages before I ordered it again. I will never forget that. Also, I need to get like a matching edition of the first one, but like I'm so lazy when I already read it, because then I want to buy new books. That is my life. And then actually like literally almost the last day of the year, on the 28th of December, we have the sequel to I Should Have Gotten the Book. I'm gonna get it. What If It's Us by Becker Allen Vitali and Adam Silvera. We have Here's to Us, which actually is the sequel. This all ended very openly. I did think that when I read it like 2 years ago, but I didn't actually think it would get a sequel. It is getting a sequel, and I'm like, do I want this? I don't know. I'm probably gonna read it because I do enjoy the books from both of the authors, of course, and I was very excited initially when this first came out, and like I guess I did enjoy this, but I'm also like, because this kind of pissed me off a bit. I don't know how to tell you. So I don't know if I want this, but I'm gonna get it anyway. It's like literally the end of the year, like the last publishing day you can get. This one is coming. So like everyone with the Christmas money is gonna buy this. Yay! I hope you enjoyed some of my most anticipated releases. Do tell me yours down below. I always forget things, and I always find, of course, new releases throughout the year all the time. I just like when I see things like, for example, as you can see a lot, these are a lot of them sequels. Not all of them, but a lot of them. 80% of these, or 90, were sequels. Usually like how I like keep up with what's coming and stuff, or like new books by authors I already read and really enjoyed and want to keep supporting. That's usually how I roll. But there's of course so many other books that are interesting and fun, and do tell me down below. You can see kind of my taste there really well, I think. It's a lot of fantasy and LGBT books, basically. I don't even know. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I don't remember if I did this last year, but I've been doing it the 2 other years, so I thought I actually just needed something. Okay, you will see me soon in a video. Thank you so much for watching. Leave a, does it even exist, like a fire hydrant emoji down below if you enjoyed this. You will see me soon. Goodbye.